Hi everyone, this is Bradley Garder, who was the team leader, asset and music designer / animator during the project Ecoscape, which was done in 2023. In this short 11-minute gameplay video, I will be talking about my side of the project, and mostly about the music and animation and how it fits in with the game's environment and style. When it came to making the music, I wanted the player to feel relaxed and understand their place in the chest from listening to it, as it would help the experience be more enjoyable for the player. I did this by researching the most used instruments of certain areas, such as looking at games like The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time with its desert sections, or Banjo-Kazooie with its ocean levels. This can be seen in levels such as the forest, where I used a mixture of guitars and whistling to create a forest wind atmosphere, similar to games such as Wind Waker sea areas, or like in the Forest Moon of Endor for Star Wars. Additionally, this is portrayed later on in another level such as the desert, where I used a mixture of drums, chimes and desert atmosphere to act as a mysterious barren ocean of sand. All of this would make the experience more enjoyable for the player, as it allowed them to have something playing in the background while they were moving things around, placing items, looking after animals, so the experience would have been boring if I didn't include music. And it also helps to memorize parts of the game, such as where you are if you don't look at it, or just to allow them to just enjoy the experience. Moving on to the assets, I wanted each asset to follow two specific characteristics. 1. To be colourful and interesting for the player and allow them to enjoy the designs while playing. And 2. To make each asset a low poly and simple design while retaining the original concept that I designed. To do this, I researched two sets of games. One with low poly styles such as Minecraft or Equinox, and another set about the colourful and enjoyable experience, such as in Pikmin or Crash Bandicoot. The low poly style also helps to make the animals more adorable for the player while they move around the terrain and interact with the environment, such as sitting up, sitting down, falling asleep, eating or drinking. However, what further on supports the idea of it looking and feeling realistic is with the sound effects and animations that add life to the model, such as the Arctic fox or sandcat constantly moving its tail when walking or in its idle position, or that extra frame of head movement when eating or drinking. For the physical assets such as trees, stones and grass, I wanted each to be still easy to understand, so the moment that you looked at it you knew what it was. But in addition, I also wanted it to still be enjoyable in some form of way. So to do this, I created a variety of each item, so that the player would have a choice or a random selected one that they could place around. Or otherwise, if it was the same asset multiple times, it could get a bit tedious and a bit boring, which also helps the pacing for the game later on when you move on from area to area, such as new items being introduced like the cactus, the iceberg and the bushes. Each of these aspects helped to create Ecoscape, as it added a quality of life feeling and an interesting experience for the game, with the animations being a very enjoyable experience for the player, as they can wander around and interact and almost follow animals to see what they do and how they interact in the environment that they've specifically made for those animals. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this gameplay video and the music and art development history of Ecoscape. Enjoy the rest of the video.